Hello, and I hope you're having a good day on this October. This is supposed to be the last really warm day we're going to have for a little while anyway. But I just want to tell you, you are watching the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And of course, this is sponsored by DTC Communications. And let me tell you, they will offer you a bundle that includes telephone, internet, cable, and so much more. So you can call DTC and ask what they've got available. You won't be sorry. We've had their cable service and everything for years, and it's much better than the ones I had before, let me tell you. All right, I'll go over a little bit of things that's already happened, and that was the Color of Fall Car and Truck Show, and that was held on September 23rd. We had 112 registered cars, and then several that weren't registered, but that's okay.
And I wore my Color of Fall Car t-shirt.
Yes, you did. And that was our 25th year. And it was a great car show, wasn't it?
It sure was.
It was a good one. It was an abundance of colors around the square. They have some great pictures in the Cougar if you're interested in who won the best ofs and everything. So just pick up a Cougar and you can see the pictures. And we want to thank DTC because they're one of our major sponsors for our cruise-ins and for the car show. And they gave away a TV, and it went to a local guy by the name of David Peeler. And David was tickled to death to win something. How did he get that home? I don't know, because he has a rat rod.
Yeah, 1929 rat rod. And
hey, he'd have got it home if he'd had to drag it.
Yeah, I probably had to carry it home.
He probably had his passenger driving, carrying it home, but that was okay. He was excited. And then, of course, the best of show went to Tom Toneff, and he was driving a 1953 Chevy 5-window pickup, purple and silver, wasn't it?
What did he name it? What was the name of it? There's a song, by the way, on this, and I can't remember who sings it, but he requested that song, and it's an old song, and I didn't have it. But I told him, I said, you come next year, and I said, I will have the song.
I'm doing good to keep up with the names, much less the song.
No, it was a female's name, but Mrs. Jones.
That's what it was.
That's right.
You're right.
Yep.
His vehicle was Mrs. Jones. And I'm sure his wife is one who picked that name. But anyway, we gave away 72 trophies and 6 cash prizes. So, you know, you can't hardly beat that. There's not too many shows you're going to go to that are going to give out that many awards. And really, when you come right down to it, probably everybody there deserved one because there were some really nice cars there. And trucks, too.
I left my car at home. You know, my car would have won most duct tape. Yeah, that's what they would have won.
Well, they could have given a special award.
Most unique.
Yeah, most duct tape.
Are there specific car rules that people have to follow for a car show?
No, I mean, you can drag just about anything in there.
You know, I had my convertible, and I had the top down, and somebody said to me, car show rules says you leave the top up.
Well, not my rules.
And I thought, well, I didn't know there were any. But
maybe some shows have rules, but mine don't. You
maybe those real strict
and
ones.
you have a pretty car, and I would put the top down. So there you go. And let me see what David Peeler. And now I will tell you that ends the Chambers car shows and cruise-ins for the 2023 season. But we will fire up again in April of 2024 with the cruise-ins because it is a good lead up to the car show. And I'll let the Chamber Board vote on that, but I'm sure that is the only fundraiser actually that the Chamber has during the year. So I can't imagine that they would go against that.
Oh, we're going to have Bonnaroo next year.
Who
we
said?
are?
Kidding.
I
Never
don't know
mind.
where we're going to put them. We have that issue, you know.
Yeah, that's a little small details.
I don't know that I could handle Bonnaroo. I'll be truthful with you. That'd be a bigger undertaking than I would,
One.
yeah. I would. We do have guests with us today. We have Sue Patrick is here, and of course, Sue is a member of the Lions Club. She is the treasurer for that club, and she has an event every year. It's one of the charity events, and that's Coats for Cannon. And then we also have Beth McQuarrie here, and Beth is All Things Art Center. And believe me, Art Center is a big part of the
You need
community.
to change your business card to say All Things Art Center.
All things.
I mean, it's
I
snazzy
think
little
it's
title.
kind of catchy.
Yeah, I think so too. Good
All
job.
right, Sue, we'll talk to you first,
Okay,
because you do work, don't you?
I do. But I'm off on
Well,
Wednesday.
so does Beth.
Yeah, I'm off on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right, too. I forgot
Okay.
you closed down on
She's gonna have
Wednesday.
people walking off the show because we're not giving them credit for working.
No, Beth ain't gonna put, Beth belongs here more than I do, believe me. All right, Sue, you have an event coming up, and of course, it's in November, but hey, we're almost there. So we're gonna talk about November things today, along with a few October things. 17th and 18th, and that is your Coats for Cannon, right?
It is, yes, and we'll be giving away coats for all ages, children, elderly,
Adults.
everyone. All you have to do is show up and bring some proof that you live in Cannon County, whether it's a utility bill or your driver's license or whatever. And you should bring your children too, because it's hard to know what size to get if the children aren't there. So if you can, bring your children. And we also give coats, hats, gloves, and socks to children,
And underwear.
and sometimes underwear. It's just
Not
kinda-
used. Now, don't bring your
No, we
slightly
don't want
used.
used hats, gloves, socks, or underwear, okay? But a used coat is fine, just as long as it's clean and in good shape.
And also, if you would like to donate coats, how you go about that, Sue?
Okay, you can bring them by my office, Sue Patrick CPA at 109 Lester Street, or you can give them to any Lions member and they will get them to us. And that's a thing that helps. Some people buy a coat for someone, or, maybe, anybody in their closet probably can look and see that they've had a coat maybe they didn't wear in a couple of years, and they can bring that in, and we will try to give it a new home.
You know, you think, well, everybody can buy a coat, but really they can't. Every year we have people come in with small children and sometimes adults that don't have a warm winter coat.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of bad winters, so people haven't had to have a real heavy coat maybe in the past few years. So that's why we try to help with this, because it helps when we have this event if it's cold, because people think about coats and they come. So you just come and you stand in line, and then you're carried through our storage shed, which has coats, and we let you try them on and that sort of thing. And then sometimes we have some other things for you in the Lions Club building.
Well,
So-
that's usually where your gloves and hats and
Some of the other
Socks
things are in
come
there. So if you want to come by and see, just come by and we'll try to fix you up. We try to have all sizes. Sometimes we run out of a certain size, but we try to have all sizes.
okay. What else has the Lions Club got going on?
Well, we're going to be selling pecans and nuts, other nuts, the end of the month. They've been ordered. They should be here at Christmas ornaments, which is going to be a readable, 4 buildings and readable. It's one ornament. It'll be here. We'll be selling that.
It's really pretty. I've seen it. And if you've been collecting those ornaments, this would probably be a historic one to have because it does have the mill, the grocery store that was there. And what else did it have?
Corner.
The corners.
And the post office.
And
I
the
believe.
post office.
Yes, so it's quite different, and we still have ornaments of the Readable Mill that we had a few years ago. And also, we have a lot of ornaments that we haven't sold in the past. So if you don't have all of them that you want, or you'd like one of the church or the school or something like that, there's a few that's not available, like the Adams Library and the Colonial Shirt Factory, the Goat Motel. There's a few of those that are not available, but the rest of them, we have some available.
We reordered on the courthouse, didn't we? Mm-hmm. So we have some of them.
So we have the Woodbury Church of Christ, the Woodbury
Right.
Funeral Home. We have just a lot of different, the Art Center is one that we have. So we have a lot of different ones. I believe this is our 15th. So that means we've been doing it for 15 years.
I was trying to count them up yesterday because I thought I had bought one of everything, but I don't think I have 15. Maybe I do.
You
and I
will
just
with this one.
where they are.
Well, this one should make.
How do we go about getting, like, in line to possibly get an ornament made after us? And when I'm talking about us, I'm talking about the Cannon Courier. Wouldn't that be cool? Have a Cannon Courier ornament with a newspaper? That didn't impress you too, I don't know.
You can just
I'm not
suggest
saying
it.
because I don't know.
You can just suggest it to us, and we have a committee that decides what we're going to do each year.
that's
We
cool.
kind of go with historical things is kind of what we've seen. If we do, we have the Brevard House is
Yeah.
one. If we do individual residences, they don't seem to sell as well as, and surprisingly, the Church of Christ ornament didn't sell that well. So, so we have a lot left on some. We have a lot.
But you still got like Dillon Park that you could probably do an ornament for, or Brown Spurlock Park, or
Yeah, we could
C.S.
probably
Hawkins.
do
or-
our horse show ring.
Yeah,
You know, the Clayton
there's
Glen.
plenty,
Yeah,
plenty
we-
left.
Yeah, so.
Did y'all do one of
I
the senior
never
center?
thought of that.
Have you done one of the senior center?
No.
No, not
We
yet.
haven't done one of this. That's a good
And
idea.
then the schools.
Once in
Yeah.
a while,
Especially, yeah.
he comes up with something.
Yeah, some,
Yeah, we thought about doing.
It just started with the newspaper,
The grammar
see.
schools, being that some of them have now closed.
right,
And that
yeah.
sort of thing. We just have to have a good picture, and then we send it in, and they do the artwork and send it back to us, you know, for us to approve. And it just takes forever to get them. It takes over 3 months to
Oh,
get
really?
those things. But it's
So you gotta let her know ahead of time.
because they come from China or somewhere. But anyway, it just takes forever, you know.
you're gonna get me into a coughing fit laughing so hard, so I'll quit. But, well, that's
Well,
cool.
There you go. It is.
I didn't know how that process worked. You know.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I want to bring up, and this is really early for this, but we have to start ahead. The Lions Club, the first Saturday of December, that's Lions Day Club or Lions Day in Woodbury or Cannon County, because they start out with the breakfast with Santa, pancakes with Santa, and then they have the Christmas parade, which last year was the biggest one that they've had since I've been looking at it. And then they have the tour of homes. Well, we haven't had the tour of homes for the last couple of years, mainly because of COVID. But we're hoping to start this out, and I do have several places that will be on there. But if you're interested in putting your home on the tour of homes, please give the chamber a call at 615-563-2222 and tell me what you would like to do, or I will explain it to you how you go about that. But we would like to have some homes for that event. And it will be on the first Saturday of December. So just give me a call if you'd like. If you decorate real big and you want to show it off, because people will be going in your house.
People love to do that, to see
They
that decorated. you know.
They do. So please give us a call and let us know, and we'll get you fixed up. Okay, Sue, anything else? If you got an extra coat, go through your closets. Now, I will tell you the coats for Cannon is like she said, it's for Cannon County residents only. So if you live in Cannon County and you need a coat or your kids need coats, don't be embarrassed or shy. Come out there because that's what they're for. And we like for you to come and get them. And there's a big selection. We've had leather jackets. If I rode a motorcycle, there's one jacket out there
Yeah, me too.
that I
There's
would
one
love to
get.
have.
Yeah.
And it's brand new.
So, yeah, we have just, long coats seem to be coming back, and that was something that we haven't been able to give away. But now that the longer coats seem to be coming back. So, and we have short jackets or midi type,
And one of the
knee-length.
things that the younger generation are hoodies. That's a big thing with them. But most of the time, they're about wore out by the time the kids are through with them. But every now and then, we do have some hoodies. And some of these coats are brand new.
Yeah, and the
Some of
thrift
them aren't
store
used.
helps us too. They
Right.
collect coats for us, and we just have so many people. We do sometimes churches will take up coats for us, and we just have so many people that help us with this event.
And this is a free event. This is not, you don't have to pay anything for them. You just got to live in Cannon County. There you go.
And if you don't live in Cannon County, you're not eligible for a coat from Cannon, go see your local Woodbury or Lions Club, chapter of the Lions Club, and say, hey, I got this nice idea. Why don't you do this thing called Coats for the
Whatever.
Cab or, Wilson or whatever the case might be. And you might be a star.
That's
They
right.
might thank
You
you
might
forever
start
for that
that up.
idea. Yeah.
Well, you don't think about people not having socks and coats and everything, but there are a lot of people out there who don't.
They'll really dig through those socks too. I mean,
Yes,
socks
they will.
is pretty important.
Well, they want the most popular, their socks are.
Yeah, sometimes some of them aren't so popular, but they're warm. But the older people don't care.
I think the ones that are hardest to give away, and this was with We Care Cannon too, are just the plain white tube socks. It seem like they don't go as fast
Nobody
now.
has-
Well, the kids nowadays, they want the
The
different
ones
colored
that you
socks.
don't even see.
And they're not going to match them up. They're not even going to match them up. They don't care. They, as long as it's got two different colors, people wear two different color mismatched socks. That's the thing nowadays.
Well, Sue and I still remember that little boy that came one year and we had a Titans jacket. And this Titans jacket was,
Leather.
well,
was
it was
nice.
3 sizes too big for this
It was
little
a
boy.
man's jacket.
But he was bound and determined,
He's a
and he
second
was,
grader or
yeah,
something.
he was bound and determined that he was going to have that Titans jacket, and he did.
We gave it to him.
And he had another one that fit him, but he took that Titans jacket and he wore it home.
And he's probably still wearing it to this day.
Yeah, it would have fit him
Yep. They
for
say
several years.
Farmer's Almanac tells us that this winter might be a little tough than what we've experienced in the last few winters. And
You're right.
I've kept up with the Farmer's Almanac, and they've been pretty accurate when they do their little predictions. So,
Well, I
You
know
need a
you're
coat.
not supposed to plant things until such and such a time, and you're not supposed to harvest things until, I don't know that I've ever, my husband went outside one day this week and he goes, I want you to go out there and look on the step. He says, there's a woolly worm out there. And I says, well, I don't want to see it. And he goes, well, it's all black. And I thought, well, I don't care.
I mean, it had a heavy coat or something. You know,
I guess
that
if they're
lady
black,
used to
they're
predict it
supposed
by
to.
the woolly worms. Yeah.
I think
Crab
if they're
Orchard.
all
She was from
black.
Crab
that's-
Orchard, and she predicted
Yeah.
it by the coat on the woolly worm.
And I thought, I don't want to look at it.
I would really like to encourage the elderly to come. like on Friday, it'll be like 3 to 8, so you could come before dark. Or on Saturday morning, it'll be 9 to 1. So you could get out and come. We used to have a lot of elderly people come, and it seemed like we don't have that many anymore. And we like to help them too.
What
as
was
well
it
as
on
children.
Friday, Sue?
It's 3 to 8.
Well, it might be that some of them don't drive at night. That's
Yeah,
true.
they don't.
And it starts getting dark early.
Yeah, when the time
Right now.
changes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, when we have the country Christmas, it's always dark when I'm down there, always, and that's at 5 o'clock. Okay, well, thank you, Sue. You're welcome.
Thank
Stay for the
you.
rest of the show. You might learn something here.
No, okay.
All right, Beth, and you are all things Art Center, because Beth is the director of the Art Center. So
We stay busy. I said, we stay busy.
you do, and you have lots of events.
We do have a lot of events. We've actually in here, this is our gallery showing of Trail of Tears. So,
I see, we were admiring the jewelry.
isn't it pretty?
It is so pretty.
Melba, I cannot remember her last name, is the one who organized this. And she had a little contest and had some judges, and there's a first place ribbon on that one on the opposite wall over there. And yeah, there's jewelry, and a couple of these pieces came from, I want to say Canada or somewhere.
Well, that one over there is for sale. This one isn't. but-
Right.
And they're beautiful.
They're very pretty.
And they're kind of popular again, you know. That beading that's on those, I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, this is something that interests you. You can come in and look. She's got a little,
They got
board over
quilts
here
and
that-
pictures
well, the
and,
quilt is actually, that quilt was donated by the Quilting Bee Ladies, the bee group, to us, and it's for sale.
okay, but it's very pretty,
It's very pretty.
very pretty.
They were here at White Oak and did a little demo, but they made that for us to sell. So,
Melba is also the one who, when they bring those,
oh yeah, the riders.
the riders, the bicycle riders in every year and they stop here.
Yeah, she kind of
Oversees
a
that,
little bit,
too.
yeah.
And they
So-
go all the way from Oklahoma to, is it New York? They're supposed to follow the Trail of Tears.
I'm not sure exactly. I don't think they go to New
I
York.
don't think they'd be going out west.
They came from out west.
No, I think they go,
They were
they
from-
make a loop, I think, do they not? Or they get
Maybe
carried?
so.
Or maybe they start like in North Carolina or something and then go back.
Okay.
They may be dropped like where it starts and then go back. I'm not positive. I've talked to them about it, but it's been a while. They come here, they stop here every year and like rest and have a snack, and it's usually in either late August or early September. I can't remember which.
Yeah.
It's late August, isn't it?
I like for them, I like to see them.
There's usually somewhere between 15 and 20 of them.
Yeah.
Ride their bikes through. But anyway, that's what this display is for. And it's interesting, there's some beautiful pottery in here too. Our other gallery has Justina Koskowska, I think I'm saying her name right. She's an MTSU professor, and she's got some beautiful paintings in there. But we always have the gift shop, it's always open when we're open, and Short Mountain Cultures is usually open when we're open, except on Tuesdays. And if you haven't been in there, you need to stop in there. And
Oh,
just
yeah,
see
they've got
some of the stuff they have.
kombucha and
They have water
fermented
keeper.
items and baked goods, and they have something, they have some craft items and some beautiful baskets in there. Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
vegan or vegetarian, that's the only store that has anything like that out here.
It's like a grocery store, and they have people that come from other states
They do.
to get their products.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
But beyond that, we have a concert coming up the 14th and 15th. It's the Ultimate Oldies, and that's the name of their group. They have different concerts that they do. They're out of Manchester. This one is their 50s, 60s, and 70s show.
And I'm going because that's my kind of music.
Me
She's going. She
too.
bought her tickets.
I was a mere child, you understand, but that is my,
We understand.
Anyway, it's a fun show. It's all local people most of them are from Manchester. There's a couple from Murfreesboro, I think, that are in the group, but So they will be here Saturday, the 14th, and Sunday afternoon at 2 on the 15th.
I think Lori Berger's from Woodbury. Is she?
Yes, she is. She's
She's
in
in
it.
that group, so she's
That's
from
right, she
Woodbury.
is.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Gay and Lance.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
usually sings the national anthem at the horse show. I can't imagine her doing 50s, 60s.
She loves it, I think.
It's music.
Yeah. Well, they do. They have an 80s show, and they have a Elvis show. I can't remember what else, but they have different shows that
Yeah.
they do, and they take around the area. They don't go, I don't think they go real far, but I could be wrong. And after their concert on the 15th, we also have auditions for Anastasia, which is a musical that's going to be starting the end of January and run into February. But so you have to go to both dates, 15th and 16th, if you want to audition, because the 15th is the music, like the voice audition, and then the 16th is the dance and read-through. So
I think we're having the,
Soundtrack to Anastasia right here.
no.
Oh, is that what you were going
Not-
to say? Okay.
it's- No, it's having the national alert system was supposed to
today
go off at 11
1:20.
o'clock.
It's 1:20.
No, at 1:20.
Oh, at
1:20
1:20,
today.
okay,
Yes.
yeah.
That's what I thought, but that
That's-
wasn't it.
Nope.
No.
That wasn't
We're a
it.
little early.
That was the Sue Patrick alert system there.
Anyway, auditions are always on our website. You can also sign up on our website to get emails about auditions if you don't want to just keep checking the website or Facebook. And let's see, we have a race Cannon South is doing here on October 28th. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it's on a Saturday morning. And I
Who
think
is
anyone
doing
can
it,
sign up.
Beth?
I'm not sure. It's for Cannon South, but I don't really know
Oh.
who is like facilitating. I mean, well, I guess we are because we're here. But I don't know who's setting that up, like taking the entries. and
Like a
stuff.
5K you're talking about?
It is. So it will be here. We have another one in November.
And that's the
It's veteran-
5K Veterans
veterans,
Run,
yeah.
isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact date, maybe 18th or something.
They'll all run fast then because it's cold.
It'll be cold.
Yeah.
Farmers Market should be over after September, so they should not be here anymore. I was going to say you could get your veggies, but I don't think they'll be here anymore at the end of October. We have, the last thing for this year, well, no, we have a kids show too. We have a kids show in December, but in November, starting the 3rd, we have Urinetown as a musical. And I know the name turns everybody off, but it's about it's kind of a political satire type thing where it's funny, but a big guy who's a big businessman has taken over basically, and there's a water shortage, so he has put in public toilets, and you're not allowed to use the toilet in your home, so you have to pay to go to the bathroom. And it's kind of, that part's kind of funny. It has a really odd ending, but the music is funny. It's just it's a crazy concept, but then you think, well, is it really? But you know what I mean?
Note, county governments do not follow this political, it's satire.
It is
Satire.
It is satire.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, but they got an idea there. If if you don't want to use your bathroom for public, maybe you ought to charge. People will pay to go rather than use a porta potty.
I can remember as a kid, there were places where you
They're
had to
in
put
airports.
a dime. Yes, you had to
In
put like a dime in to
airports.
go to the restroom.
Yeah.
I remember.
They
those.
sure did have
So
that.
I guess this is kind
I don't
of
remember
jumping on that concept and going crazy with it. It's not a brand new musical. I don't think it's been done in this area. Maybe it has at MTSU. MTSU might have done it. But, I mean, I know the name, like I
They
said.
probably
Christmas Walk,
don't
but
want to
it's
get the
funny.
concept rolling around thinking,
No.
somebody sitting there, hey,
I do.
that's a great idea.
I do remember that. They had a little thing on the doors, and you would put in a nickel or dime or quarter. I can't remember how much it was.
If Aldi's can charge for grocery carts, we can charge for people to go to the bathroom again.
They charge
it.
for grocery cards?
Yeah,
Yeah, they
you
do.
have to put your little quarter in,
in.
but you get your quarter back, I don't
Well, now
think you
you
would do
didn't
that
get
here.
your quarter back.
No, I don't think I want to reach into a toilet and try to get my quarter back or
Well, you
dime
don't
back or
put it
whatever.
in the toilet.
No, I'm just saying in the coin slot of a toilet. It's bad enough
it
that
was
you have
on
to
the
flush
door.
the handle.
It was on the door. I think,
It's on the door, Kitty.
but still,
We're gonna get like COVID-21 now.
Well,
anyway.
I'm just saying
I know.
that if
Anyway, it's a
it's
pleasure.
really difficult anymore to go into a business that has a public restroom. It really is.
It is, yeah. when-
And when
Most
we
businesses
have,
don't, and then they
and-
gripe.
we have an event here, especially around the square, the courthouse is locked. So we can't use the bathrooms and we have to get porta pots.
We
So-
suggest to them to put that little pay thing on there.
Well, that's what I thought. They might make a
Well,
little money.
And there's some very nice ones. I did a car show in Manchester a couple weeks ago, and there were some like immaculate porta johns, porta potties. They didn't charge.
Porta
You
potties?
walked in, man, it smelled like Glade, all that air freshener hit you in the face. I mean,
Well, that helps.
and they had like little art pieces, pictures on the wall and stuff, and you're thinking, am I in a porta john? Hey, this is pretty cool.
Hey,
So
listen.
now those people could probably benefit from that.
That's the biggest complaint I have about any event that we have. I get the porta johns, and the company I get does a good job of taking care of theirs. But there's some that won't even go out there and look at them. They just tell me they're not doing that. So I thought,
Well,
well,
if you gotta go, you gotta go.
I don't know what to tell you, so they'll search around till they find somebody that'll let them use their bathroom. But there's not too many businesses anymore that will let you use their bathrooms.
And in fact, I think and I have to research it, but I think there is a law about public bathrooms.
Especially a
law.
restaurant, there is. You have to
you have
have.
to use one. You have to let customers use one.
Yeah.
Now, define the word customer though, because that's what a lot of these people are sitting out there and they're saying, well, you're not a customer. You haven't bought you walk into a convenience store especially, and convenience stores say we have no public restrooms. Well, we have no restrooms. Well, what do you use? Do you go around the back or something? What do you guys use? We want to use the same thing, but they say you're not a customer. Well, if I buy a Coke, I'm a customer, So I make a
And
habit
a lot
of
of
doing
them
that.
do. Most of your, though, like your kangaroo things and everything, most of them have bathrooms that you
Right,
can
right.
use.
But the little mom pop,
Yeah.
Well, a
convenience
lot of
stores,
things,
they
I
don't.
think people tear them up too.
Right.
They
And
do
that
just
is
destroy
a
things.
thing, and
That's what they did at the co-op up here. They tore them up, and they said, okay, we're not doing it anymore. And so what they did was they went and got porta johns, and they set them outside, and that's what you have to go use now.
well, I didn't realize it.
I didn't know that.
Okay, enough
Anyway.
about that.
All right.
The show will be good, that's all I've got to say.
Now, when you're sitting out there thinking about us talking about all this stuff, now just go back to the play
Yeah.
that's coming up. You're in town. You're in
And
town,
there's an
right?
idea
You're
in there
town.
where, that may be something that some governments and everything may want to look at.
What state? Is there a state that this
I don't- it
particular
does
town
not.
is?
It does-
Okay.
I don't believe it even says where it is, I don't think.
You're
So
in town,
actually, it's a
USA.
musical comedy.
It is, it doesn't end really as a comedy, but it is a comedy, it's funny, and, there's a bad guy in it, and, you know what I mean?
And we know who
That's
he
doing
is.
all this stuff, yeah, we do know who it is. It's actually my young'un, but anyway.
All right. Well, Beth, is there anything else? Are you going to have a Christmas craft sale?
We will. Thank you for bringing that up. I didn't jot that down. It will be in here, in the hall. It'll start after Thanksgiving, probably that Saturday after Thanksgiving. And we'll have 20 to 22 vendors set up in here. And it'll go through Christmas, probably the 22nd, 23rd. I'm not sure what date it falls on yet, but a lot of them will be White Oak artists, and they will have, not all of it will be Christmas related, but it will be Christmas gift type things. And we have some newcomers in this year too that have already signed up to come.
Oh, I always love it. I love wooden toys, I do.
He'll be here.
Yeah, he's always comes and he has some of the most unique wooden toys that he makes, and they're really good.
We have the
But they have
birdhouses.
candles, they have jewelry. lots of different things, so,
Yeah, it's a nice place. If you missed White Oak, or even if you did do White Oak, this is a little bit different variety. Even some of them will be here. But they have things, and there's all price ranges. There's a lot of things that are extremely affordable, and then there'll be a few things that are a little higher, but it's a good place to come Christmas shopping. We have a lot of traffic during that month.
yeah, we do. Hey, we have a lot of traffic. My office is in a corner of the gift shop. And
Yeah,
there's a lot of traffic for the gift
There's
shop.
more since we finally got a new sign.
Yes,
There's
you
more.
did, and I love the sign.
There's more traffic
And
now.
it lights up, and everybody looks at lit up stuff. It does.
Oh, in December, I didn't say that, there is a school show, Magic Tree House. It's, I'm not sure I've got the wording right, Ghost to Mr. Dickens or Mr. Dickens Ghost. I'm not sure exactly which way it's flipped. But it is from a book, a Magic Tree House book that a lot of kids have read. And we'll have 12 school shows where school groups will come, but we will have 2 public showings in December on a Saturday. We'll have a 10 o'clock and a 2 o'clock. I think it's the 14th? No. I'd have to look at a calendar. But it's like the second Saturday of December. And there will be 2 public performances. And those tickets are just $7 and $10. So those are real reasonable. It's about an hour show to bring your kids with, grandkids.
And this oldies that's coming up, you're filling up on that, aren't you?
We are filling up. We're well over, we might be getting close to half full on that one day, Sunday for sure. I didn't look at Saturday. But they do sell out, so if you're interested, try to get your tickets. You can get them online. They have a big following, so they have a lot of people that go wherever they're at, you know. You can go on our website at artscenterofcc.com, or you can call us at 615-563-2787, and we'll get you set up.
There you go. That's something fun for you to do. It is. Are you going to?
I'd like to, yes.
Well,
I
buy
have
you-
bought my ticket.
Buy you a ticket.
I always enjoy that group.
I do
Yeah.
too. I enjoy it.
They're
Actually, all
entertaining.
their
They're
concerts are good, all their tribute bands.
We do have some set up already for 2024. We have a little magnet up at the front desk that
Yeah.
has them on there. We've got a Beach Boys tribute, Allman Brothers tribute, Queen tribute, and a Led Zeppelin tribute.
That one ought to be full.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
Do you
right
have
up
a
your
Christmas
alley.
show this year or not?
The Christmas show it's not actually a show, it's Jingle Rattle Roll. It's those guys are coming to do a Christmas.
Oh, I love
Concert.
them. I
Okay.
love them.
And that's oh gosh, I should have brought my calendar, shouldn't I?
Well, it's all right, I just wonder if you're going to have one.
Yeah, it'll be a Saturday night and a Sunday afternoon.
Now, that's a concert thing.
Yeah, is that the same group or not?
No, it's
A different group?
Yeah,
Shake,
it's,
rattle, and roll.
it's the local guys.
Oh, it's Daxton.
It's
Yeah.
Daxton, Patrick, and
But I love them
Yeah, it's
too.
good. They're
Miller.
good.
Like that, I like all
Justin
that.
Foster is the other one. He's from Nashville, but all the rest of them are local.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they put on a good
that's
show.
a lot of the things, even in the shows that they have, there's a lot of local people that
Yeah, you have
appear
to
in them.
audition, and people, it's a community theater. People don't get paid. We don't have professionals, and we don't bring professionals in. It's local people who audition and get in the show. Yep.
And a lot of them produce it and direct it. And
Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah,
all
and that last
from
one,
here in
Gail
Murfreesboro.
Tate kept telling me how good that was, that I needed to go. And I came, and I said, and you sing, Gail? And he said, well, yes. Okay.
that's it, like I used to
It was
always
really good.
It was a
be
good show.
shocked that Mike Reed would be in a comedy,
Yeah.
but he was so funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's good.
Okay, let's go on. This is all the guests I have, but we do have some events coming up. October 14th is on a Saturday, and that will be Blackout in the Country. That is a diesel performance for 2023, which will be held at Beans Diesel Performance, located at 210 Roland Cole Lane in Woodbury. This event starts at 8 a.m. and it will feature dyno competitions, diesel sled pull, dirt drags, show and shine, super farm tractors, and vendor alley. And so for tickets, information, and to buy tickets, you can call 615-563-7800.
We want to say also on that particular event, one of the things that they are stressing is at 5 o'clock in the evening, they're going to have a full-size tractor pull. And this is going to be sanctioned by the Mid-South Pullers Association. Unfortunately, this year, the Woodbury FFA truck and tractor pull had to cancel out because it got rained out. Well, these guys are next on the circuit, and this is their first year to feature this, and it was one of the things that Dwayne Tucker, who is the owner of Beans Diesel, wanted to feature because they had been doing a lot of these burnout type of things, events and stuff, and it wasn't really working out very well. So he wants to change up some things, and this is one of those things that he wants to change. So if you're in the market for a truck and tractor pull, and unfortunately you missed the one from the Woodbury FFA, obviously, check this one out. It's going to start at 5 o'clock on Saturday, October 14th, as part of the Blackout in the Country event.
There you go, and a lot of people like tractor pulls. They do.
They do.
The burnouts, I've never really seen the point of that. I went to Mopar Internationals one year, and I watched a man sit there with a 72 Duster doing a burnout and blew his engine. And I thought, he had the family in the car. I thought, okay, I'm not understanding this event.
A lot of it was in the Blackout in the Country's history. It was a lot of young kids, you know, high school age teenagers that were doing that to their cars. They were burning out tires and stuff. And Murfreesboro, a lot of people from Murfreesboro would come down because Murfreesboro started cracking down. You know, kids would get out late at night and get in the Big Lots parking lot or whatever, and they did the burnouts and so
Can't do that, guys.
they did that out there, and Dwayne would like to just try to change the atmosphere of that. So.
Yeah. Well, that show that I went to, the international or the national one, by the end of that show, they were asking people to donate money to this guy that blew his engine. And I was sitting there and I thought, no, I'm not giving money to somebody for being stupid, because that was stupid to sit there and blow an engine in one of those cars because you're spinning your tires. I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. A lot of people.
I would have donated like a lug nut or something to him. Here.
No, that was, that was a little odd. But anyway, he'll have a lot of events and tractor pulls and diesel vehicles that you will enjoy seeing. And that will be Saturday, October 14th. And I believe it starts at what time?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Gates will open at 8.
And they'll have vendor alley and a lot of other things that you'll be able to see. And then Saturday, October 21st, is the Craft and Pumpkin Festival on the square in Woodbury. And there will be a lot of craft vendors, food vendors, pumpkin carving for the kids, lots of kids' activities, and trick-or-treats. And for more information, you can contact Ashley O'Brien.
No. Ashley's no longer running that.
I just talked to her today.
Oh, really? Wow.
Okay, who owns Rustic Grounds?
It's not Ashley, right? Ashley doesn't run Rustic Grounds. I can't remember the name of the woman that does, but it's not
Well, I
Ashley.
just talked to her today.
Okay.
But you can
Contact
call
the
this-
manager of Rustic Grounds.
And I'll give you that number. It's 615-563-2326. Her name is Ashley. Maybe I got her last name wrong. But
Ashley O'Brien was the one that ran it before.
I know, but this girl's name is Ashley, too.
Oh, could be. Okay. But not O'Brien.
I'm going to shake you in a minute
Yeah, I know.
because you keep,
Correcting you.
yes. That's okay. All right, Friday and Saturday. Now we're into November. And that will be the 17th and the 18th. And that will be the Cannon County Country Christmas. And that's on and around the square in Woodbury. And on Friday night is the big night. Santa will be here at 5 o'clock. He's going to make a special trip to Woodbury. And he will be going around the square. If you want your kids to have their pictures taken with Santa, bring your cell phones and take your own pictures. We will have a live nativity scene. The Dillon Street Baptist Church always brings in the animals and the people, and that's great to see. And last year they had a camel. No, they weren't camel rides. They just had a camel, and you could pet him. But they have other things too, and they do have people, actual people that are in the live nativity scene. And a lot of people like that. And that will be on Friday night, along with, there will be some other businesses set up out there, probably with hot chocolate and cider and this type of thing. And also, for those of you that went to our Christmas parade last year, you may have gotten to see the Polar Express, which is sponsored by Huff and Puff Trucking, and it actually makes its own snow. The Polar Express is a train, and it will be there. I didn't realize you could go inside of it, but evidently you can. So the kids will love that, and it will be on the square for that too. And then on Saturday, I'm planning a kiddie car show. And this is for children ages 2 to 8. And I know there will be a lot of kiddie car enthusiasts out there that want to show off their pedal or battery-operated vehicles, fix them up for Christmas, bring them to the square. We're going to have a show just for you. And we're also going to hope to have some of your hometown heroes that will be there to meet you also. And so that will be from 12 to 2. And I am asking anyone that would like to bring their child with their kiddie car, please give me a call at the chamber, 563-2222, and let me know if you're planning on attend, so I know I will have to limit the amount that we have, because we can block off the front part of the square, but not the back. But we're looking forward to that, and I got to tell you, the purpose for our country Christmas is really our businesses in Cannon County. And we have a lot of them, and we want you to start your Christmas shopping here because it is the week before Thanksgiving. And we have boutiques, we have antique stores, furniture stores, specialty shops, restaurants, jewelry store. The Art Center is a great area where you can get a gift that I guarantee you no one else has. And their gift shop is always open too. And then, you know, you can think about things like giving a gift certificate. We have a lot of restaurants that serve really good food, just like the Art Center. A great gift would be a season ticket to next year's shows and everything. That would be a great gift. Any of them will sell you gift cards to shop in their stores. And if you like antiques, hey, they go all out for this. On Friday night, the stores will stay open till 9 o'clock. They will have refreshments and door prizes and discounts. And we want to hold that over to Saturday. So when you come in to see the kiddie car show and meet your hometown heroes, go around and shop in the stores. They'll be open on that day too. So that will be on November 17th and 18th. And then on Friday and Saturday, November 17th and 18th, will also be the coats for Cannon giveaway. It will be at the Lions Club. And Sue explained that to you.
So let me go back to the Cannon Country Christmas, because I wasn't at the meeting.
Okay.
Obviously, I was at a ball game or something, I'm sure. The Hometown Heroes, is that veterans or who?
No.
What are we talking about here?
We're looking at, and I haven't contacted all of them yet, your police department, your fire department,
okay.
They're going to bring a fire truck out there, maybe an ambulance, the rescue squad.
That'd be
These
awesome.
are your hometown heroes.
Gotcha, okay.
You know, they're there whenever you're in need, so not anything against the veterans. If a veteran wants to show up and bring a vehicle, they're welcome to, you know.
Right.
That'd be
But-
fine.
Okay, I just wanted to know who that was, so, yeah, that's a good idea. This is the first year for the kitty car show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you thought of that basically because of the colorful car show and stuff?
Well, that was the beginning of it, but I did have a board member that helped work that show. And there was a little child there that had one of the kitty cars. And I have a great-grandson who has a whole fleet of them. And he could pick one, you know, if they'll decorate them up for Christmas and just bring them and show them off.
Yeah, we need to get the word out about that. That's an excellent idea. I like
And
that.
then we had the Hometown Heroes. I've always thought, I had a gentleman that tell me that we ought to have, it's kind of like an appreciation day for those people, because most of our heroes, our hometown heroes like that, are volunteers in this county. I believe the ambulance service is paid, and maybe the Woodbury Fire Department. But we have a lot of fire departments, and they're all volunteers. Our rescue squad is volunteers. So we need to thank those people for being there.
And one of those things, it's funny that this happens to, we did this. Roy Sullivan, we did a issue spotlighting hometown heroes and stuff, and Roy Sullivan, who is our County 911 EMA director.
Right.
He had mentioned that they were planning on putting together a showcase of their services. They did this a few years ago, and they'd like to get this started back again. So this would be something really good for Roy to get involved with, and I'm sure he'd be more than happy
I haven't called
to.
Roy yet, but
Yeah.
I think he would be.
Yeah.
I don't have room for every fire
Right.
department to be there because we have, 6, 7, but we'll see how many people respond.
And it might be to the point to where he has some emergency vehicles up there at the square, and then has the rest of them down at the Dillon Park, because that's where he was wanting to do it,
Right.
But I don't know. I mean, it being in November that quick and
Right,
stuff.
it may be more than they can pull together, huh?
Right.
Okay, but that's something little kids need to meet. They
Cool deal.
need to meet their police officers and their sheriffs and, the people that will help them. We always say, I think we always kind of make them feel like those are the people you should be afraid of. And yes, if you're doing something wrong, possibly, but little kids, I mean, come on, what's the worst they can do? They need to know these people are here for their benefit. So, with that said, do you have any items left?
There is a car show, and I'm wanting to say, and I'm not going to say when it is. It's going to be in November. We can talk about it next month. But it's the Kyle Todd Annual Memorial Cruise-In.
They have not contacted me this year
It's going to
yet.
be in November. I'm not for sure where it's going to be, but I'm wanting to say it's on November the 18th. But don't hold me to
But
that.
they actually cruise on
Yeah,
that car
they cruise
show. Yeah.
that car show. It goes from 2 to 5 in the afternoon, and judging starts at 2:30. And this goes, the proceeds for this car show goes to provide a scholarship for a Cannon County High School student that is going to college.
He
And
was a
we'll
young
talk
man
about
that was killed in a car accident. Several years ago.
Several
wasn't
years
it?
ago. In fact, his parents were big in the Woodbury Lions Club.
They still
It
are.
was that, in fact, it was the day before Lions Day. It was that night, at midnight, of Lions Day, and it was a sad accident and incident
And they're
that
great
happened.
people. His parents are great people. They help every year with the horse show, and they're great to work
And he
with.
was big in the Future Farmers of America, the Woodbury FFA chapter.
Right.
Yep.
We just want to remind you of one more thing. If you live in Cannon County and you want your house on the home tour for the Lions Club, Tour of Homes, it will be the first Saturday of December. Give me a call because we'd be glad to have you. And with that, we want to wish you a very safe and happy Halloween, and we will see you next month.